Emily and Mark Patterson moved into their new home in Ridgefield, Connecticut at the start of spring. It was a beautiful 1920s colonial with white siding, a wraparound porch, and a large attic. They'd saved for years to buy their first house, and this one felt perfect. Quiet street, friendly neighbors, great schools for their 5-year-old daughter Lily. The house had been owned by an elderly widow, Mrs. Whitmore, who passed away the previous winter. Most of her belongings had been cleared out, but the real estate agent mentioned there were a few old items left in the attic. Emily figured they'd just toss anything unwanted during renovations. On their second night in the house, Lily wandered into the living room holding something. "Look what I found," she said with a grin, holding up a porcelain doll in a faded blue dress. One eye was cracked, and the other seemed to stare right through Emily. The doll was unsettling. Its porcelain was chipped in several places. Then the smile painted on its lips looked crooked, almost mocking. Emily asked where Lily had found it. "In the attic," Lily replied. "She was sitting in a chair, waiting for me." Emily decided to put the doll back upstairs. She placed it inside an old trunk, shut it tight, and went back down. That night, while tucking Lily in, she noticed the doll again, sitting neatly on Lily's dresser, hands folded in its lap. Emily frowned. "Did you bring it down again?" Lily shook her head. "She came to watch me sleep." Emily laughed nervously and took the doll to the attic again, this time setting it on a shelf. But around 3 a.m., Emily woke to the sound of soft footsteps in the hallway. She checked Lily's room. The doll was back on the dresser. Over the next few days, strange things started happening. Emily would find the doll in different parts of the house. In the kitchen, on the stairs, once even propped up in the bathtub. Lily claimed the doll talked to her at night, saying things Emily couldn't quite get Lily to repeat. Mark thought it was just Lily's imagination. "She's adjusting to the move," he said. But Emily couldn't shake the unease. One evening, while Lily was drawing in the living room, Emily heard a sharp cracking sound upstairs. She rushed to the attic and found the trunk wide open and the doll lying on the floor, with a fresh crack running through its face, like a spider web splitting the porcelain. That night, Lily woke up screaming. "She's mad," she cried. "She doesn't like being locked away." Emily tried to calm her, but deep down, a chill settled in her chest. Emily decided to get rid of it. The next morning, she wrapped the doll in a towel, put it in a trash bag, and threw it into the garbage bin at the curb. Lily cried when she found out, but Emily was firm. That night, the house was silent. No footsteps, no creaks. Emily finally slept peacefully. But the next morning, when she opened the front door, the trash bin was overturned, and sitting on the porch swing was the doll, towel and bag gone, smiling faintly. They decided to burn it. Mark built a small fire pit in the backyard and tossed the doll in. The flames engulfed it, but instead of shattering, the porcelain turned black and emitted a high-pitched, squealing sound that made Lily cover her ears and cry. The next morning, the ashes were scattered, but the charred doll was sitting upright by the back door, half burned, one glass eye intact. Emily finally researched the house's history. She discovered that Mrs. Whitmore had lost her daughter, Clara, in 1952, a little girl who drowned in the creek behind the house. Clara's favorite toy had been a porcelain doll in a blue dress. The obituary mentioned that the doll was kept in the attic ever since, like some kind of shrine. Emily and Mark contacted a local historian who told them unsettling stories. Neighbors believed Mrs. Whitmore spoke to the doll daily, convinced her daughter's spirit lived inside it. After Mrs. Whitmore's death, several estate workers reported seeing the doll move on its own. Terrified, the Pattersons decided to leave. They packed quickly, planning to stay with relatives until they could sell. But their last night in the house didn't go as planned. Around midnight, every door in the house slammed shut simultaneously. The lights flickered. From Lily's room came soft giggling. When Emily burst inside, Lily was sitting cross-legged on the bed, the half-burned doll on her lap, whispering to it. "She says we can't leave," Lily whispered without blinking. "She's part of the house." The family fled that night, leaving everything behind. When the real estate agent returned weeks later to check the property, she found the house untouched, except for one thing. The doll was sitting on the front porch, clean, unburned, her blue dress perfectly pressed, as if nothing had ever happened. The house remains unsold to this day. Neighbors claim they sometimes see a little girl's silhouette in the attic window, cradling something in her arms. Others say if you walk past at night, you can hear porcelain tapping against glass, like tiny fingers drumming, waiting. And somewhere inside that attic, the broken doll waits patiently for another family, one that won't try to throw her away.